Okay, hello and welcome to our broadcast of tonight. Yeah, 1 hour of the 5-minute pool, and let's see how I'm going to handle this. Still got an enormously high rating, so let's hope that I'm not getting totally killed. Hello to all of you in the chat as well. Got a couple of regulars already talking about beer again. Yeah. Water is the way to go when playing chess. Okay, let's see. I've got a request out, but still we are during the Olympiad, which means that things are slightly slower.
Game started.
Okay, Numerianos we got. Don't quite... Santiago, what's the name? Santiago Beltran Rueda. Okie dokie. Yeah, so he's going for an e6 based setup. Probably going to end up being a reti opening.
Check.
Yeah, and he's taking, which is the most frequently seen move. Queen to b3 aims to get out of the b5 move with the tempo. If he goes b5 now, wasn't totally sure, but okay, now I'm going a4. Idea is to get in a5 and keep black somewhat restricted. All-time high is 2,537. So oh no, I'm not going to play the King's Gambit. I'm sorry about the romantics out there, but definitely not. Sorry for the romantics. So bishop f4 here to just trade. I also can move the knight, but there's not much going on with that. Okay, maybe I still do that. Bishop d6, e5 I can take, so he has to do bishop d6. I wonder if there is some kind of idea to make bishop b7 a bit trickier. Okay, just normal castling probably. My plan here, if possible, is to do to play some b4. It would be nice. Now currently with this high rating, I'm kind of sticking to what I know. I don't really want to do something bad like the Budapest. I mean, this opening always seemed to me yeah, so illogical that I'm probably never going to play that. So I would love to play b4. I just don't know if I get it in. Queen a3, but he's got knight to d5, I think. Yeah, knight d5. That's probably going to be played. Yeah, it's tough to give more support to the b4 square. So is there some tactic here? I can think of d4 here, but it doesn't do all that much. And he maybe has b5 just around the corner. I was actually thinking that I threatened before now, which is not the case at all. So that didn't really do all that much. How do I get b4 in here? It's a bit lame here. Maybe just knight to c3. Okay, he has got knight to b4 then. No, that didn't go all that well. Somehow out for knight c2. Yeah, that didn't go well. This whole opening phase of the game. I wonder if he has some tactic here, knight d3 or something, but well, maybe he has some stuff. This one, yeah, that's a good good setup for white. So let's cover this. Yeah, he has some very convenient position and certainly a slight advantage. Yeah, I cannot do really cannot do all that much. f5. Oh, that's a cool move here. Hey, it's threatening f5. Wow. Yeah, this is the most ugly move that I can imagine, but I didn't really see what to do else. What else to do? Yeah, taking is certainly a good way of keeping an advantage. Maybe not the best way, but it's looks like should be enough. If I get in e5, it isn't all that bad, maybe.
Check. Time warning.
That was definitely worse at some point. As c4 has got around the coming up. Okay. Okay. This is unfortunately not easy to play in a practical game in blitz chess. The position is maybe not that bad. Wow. That was a quick move. Yeah, probably correctly so, but
check.
let's try to irritate him a little bit, but
Check.
probably unsuccessfully.
Checkmate.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do. And he played that very well. I mean, I think I was almost out of the woods here, but it's still tricky to play this position. Yeah, the engine is giving me this is equal, but it's just not easy to play. Quite well played here by him. I didn't play the opening well. That was not how it should be, let's say. Probably losing too much time there. Somewhere around here. Maybe this bishop f4 wasn't all that successful. Somewhere around here there should be improvements. I mean, I'm definitely not worse here. That's impossible.
Game started.
Okay, making no sense with black. Do we get the Benko? Yeah, this is a funky move that I just found the last weekend. I mean, that I recognized that this is actually a playable option, that is not all that bad. It looks a bit strange, but a6 has its points. Yeah, here for example my position is pretty nice. He's losing castling rights here.
Check.
Okay, put this bishop to c6. No, I've experimented a bit with the Benko here in Blitz.
Check.
I haven't played it over the board. I mean, well, in junior events, which, as you can probably tell, it's been a long while. Like back 25 years ago or something, I played the Benko sometimes. So it's not a regular opening for me. Not sure if this is a good idea. It's an interesting idea. Trying to bring the knight to c4. Not investing time on the Schlechter Slav. We have this really every week. Okay. Interesting, huh? Interesting position. Even king d3 comes into consideration here. You can also just put something on e3 and try to trade off everything. Yeah. g4. Wow. Yeah, maybe knight to b6 to trade off that strong knight. And the knight really is strong on d5, so maybe I can just get rid of it. The elephant gambit, no. Why can I not take c4 here? Okay. don't think that this can be enough. Bishop e3, something like that. Maybe, man, this is the thing. If I move the bishop, like to a3, there is knight to b6. Well, this is not an immediate threat, so maybe still. Knight b6, king b7. And there's too much stuff hanging. Rook c3, king to b7. Yeah, it looks okay. Oh, the Colorado gambit. No, I don't. I think the Benko gambit is the only gambit that I'm going to issue here. Yeah, making no sense is saying. I was thinking that didn't work. Why does that work? Ah, that's knight a5. Oh my god. But okay, only if I go to b7. If I go here, rook c3. It takes with the rook. Okay. Oh, yeah, this is rather active. Rook b1 is quite active.
Check.
It's really weird that seems to work for white. Yeah, he's got rook b6 coming up. That's really wow. Rook, king c8, knight b6. I'm actually in trouble in this. This is hard to believe, really, but it seems to be the case. I think I have to return material here, like this.
Check.
Amazing. It's really amazing. Okay, so I should have done something simpler. It was just a pawn up for nothing at the start.
Check.
Yeah, he's playing this like a genius. Yeah, this is just what it is. Really amazing. So here, okay. Yeah, the knight comes to d5. Is the thing. Oh my god. I don't know if I should go rook b8 here. Knight d5 in connection with the rook is also extremely tough to play against.
Time warning.
Yeah, this is going to be absolutely torture after rook b8, after the trade. It's not even clear that he does trade. But this would be pure torture.
Check.
I was more afraid of him trading, I have to say. Of course he's also better here, but after the trade it would have been so one-sided.
Check. 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 Check.
Ah, damn it. What is...
Check.
And I'm blundering everything now. This is crazy. I had outplayed him again, yeah, from that crappy ending.
Black forfeits on time.
Oh my god. And then I'm blundering everything, yeah. That wasn't necessary at all. He just had a better ending and whatever. He played very well up to a certain point, and here I'm just winning easily.
Check.
And I have more time on the clock. This is crazy. This is really crazy. What did I do here? This was a probably crazy move.
Check.
Yeah, this was actually crazy. And now everything is totally weird. It's like Patzer sees check, Patzer gives check. Something like that is just 2 pawns for nothing. Oh
Game
god.
Started.
Okay, I should score points here. This is kind of bad. So Hestehoff, I really have to beat you now. It's the only feasible thing to do. After those two completely unnecessary losses. I mean, the first one was just, he just played that very well, so I'm kind of okay with that. But the second game was very idiotic to lose. Bishop f5 is a somewhat surprising move. So I try to play on that diagonal. Bishop h3. Yeah, so he's sacrificing a pawn. It shouldn't really work, but you never know. And blitz. All kinds of crazy stuff could work. So I'm taking here and I'm taking here. And now he has to try to find some stuff against my king. So c5. I want to establish that piece. Rook to b7 would be a good follow-up if possible. b7. this one. So he wants to go knight h4 or something like that. I think it's a good idea to just take it. And now, so like rook b7, something like that is good. Activate the rook for queen b3, knight e4 stuff. Getting knight d6 into this. There's also knight d6 now, right? Is that something? Let's do it. Why isn't that good? Yeah, okay, it can still go there. I'm not directly winning anything here. Maybe just rook to b1. Yeah, maybe I should have prevented that, but it's not a big deal, I think. Yeah, knight e8 or something. It isn't really threatening all that much. But this is looking quite good, yeah? He cannot move much now. King g7, knight e8 is kind of embarrassing. Yeah, he blundered the pawn. That wasn't the pawn sacrifice. So rook e8, is that doing something? He has a hard time to move his pieces here. Rook e8 doesn't do all that much. But I can do it, yeah. I can play that. Rook e8, queen something somewhere, and queen to e4. He still has problems to move, and c6 hangs. Yeah, I can just take c6 here, right? So, how to do this? Probably here. Threatening knight to e8 and just organizing the position.
Black resigns.
Yeah, it felt like a relatively clean win. I think he blundered the d6 pawn and never got any compensation for it. Really didn't look like it. Okay, so going out for a new game. Yeah, I have to get points back. Yeah, I want to get close to 2,500 again. It's always this magical. It's a magical mark. To check something real quickly here. Okay. So I don't get a game there. I have a game request out. So, did you guys follow the Olympiad? I think most of it is decided. Yeah, China is going to take the women's section, and it looks like the United States will win the overall section. Yeah, it seems like that. They only have to beat Canada in the final round, and this seems doable. Even though Canada, I think, is a somewhat dangerous team.
Game started.
They have Barayev on board 1. I think he can draw against anybody at least. I think it wouldn't be very surprising if he would draw Caruana. It would be just
Check.
Okay. Eric Hansen is always in for some kind of surprise against like Nepomniachtchi or those guys. So you never know. It's not a totally it's not a super clear thing, even though the US are of course very, very heavy favorites now. So net Rost. Knight to g4 is my extremely crude idea, but I can assure you it worked quite a lot in my blitz games. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, Germany didn't do a good job in the Olympiad. I'm not totally sure why. Sometimes it's just there is sometimes no clean explanation why one team is performing well and the other is not. If we are talking about teams of similar strength. Okay, so here this e5 move is kind of annoying. Yeah, I wonder, I can go knight d7 here, but he will have bishop to f4. I can just castle here, but I'm always looking out for those crazy h5 ideas, like h5, bishop g4. He might have e5 anyway. Okay, so let's go back. Yeah, bishop f4 is a good move now. Oh my. He's not exactly aggressive, is he? So, I mean, I don't have to trade queens. I can go back. Okay, let's go back. I mean, trading queens wouldn't have been all that bad, but it felt very boring. Can I go take g5 here? Come on. This is something that I cannot resist. Especially if the opponent seems like he wants to bore me to death. So... yeah, nowadays they try to avoid the Berlin by playing the Italian game. This is a trend that I don't really like. I mean, I have problems somehow with the Italian game, and I mean, g4 is kind of weird. Maybe I should have considered this a little bit more. Should have thought about this a little bit more. We see the Italian game all the time nowadays. It's really boring. And the problem is, for me personally, that on the black side of the Italian game, I tend to lose games all the time. I don't really understand this opening, it seems. Yeah, here I'm trying to make his queen look a little bit silly, and maybe this is maybe this is a success. Yeah, the German team is not doing all that well. I really don't know why. I mean, I think they it is actually a decent team. It's not like they don't know how to play chess or anything like that. It's a little bit weird that they score that badly. Yeah, the rise in popularity for 1c4, I think, is mostly due to the Berlin and the Grünfeld on the very top level. I mean, it is really not very much relevant for normal chess, let's say, like club players or whatever. Even my level, it is not particularly relevant. Can play any opening as long as you know stuff. Yeah, this is a very strange kind of position. I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, it's true. White also doesn't have an advantage with d4 or c4. It's just that people, I mean, on the top level, this has already happened almost. But people have to understand that you cannot win in chess out of the opening with white or something. It's just not happening. And what you need to do is you need to find positions that you enjoy playing, where there is play left, where you can put up problems and ideas. Carlsen is doing a really good job of that in most of his games. And many players follow suit. F4, I go G4. Of course, that was the idea at least. I just wonder. Can also take, and after F4 retreat. That queen is really looking quite silly. Okay, he wants to get the A pawn going. Okay, I could go G4, I can take. I wonder if I should just take. Probably. I can actually take H4, which I forgot about. I wanted to go Rook F5, but he can take on H4. This one, let's check on the 7.
Time warning.
Have to play. The Albans counter gambit is totally bad. It's just basically unplayable almost. Yeah, I forgot that this hangs on d4 actually. Yeah, he can play that. I forgot about this. I wanted to take, but this is rubbish. Take and Rook F2 was my idea.
Check.
Shoot. Still should win. Just a bit too much pawns.
Check. 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 White resigns.
Phew. Yeah, phew. That was probably not the best way to do it, but I'm happy that I somehow got the win in. Hui, tough. So what is the score like? Yeah, I lost 2-1-2, so at least 50% for the time being. Was still kind of costly. Phew. Okay, but that was an interesting game. So give me a white game again, please.
Game started.
Fabricius played him 2 times, won 2 times. That's a good score. Yeah, I got 50%, 2 out of 4. So, does he allow b4? Taking quite a time out here. Black can play a5. It's a very solid choice. Aha. Okay. Well, here I have e3, knight e2 set up. I think. Do I play for that? I think I do. The reverse schlechter Slav. That would be something like the collie or something like that. It's not the collie. Oh, whose chess or which player do I enjoy the most from the Olympiad so far? To be honest, I cannot answer because I did not really look at the Olympiad in that much detail. I somehow didn't have time. Had many other things to do, and I didn't manage at all. I mean, I know that some players have scored very, very well. Like Jubava scored very well. Very remarkable tournament has been played by the legend Eugene Torre from the Philippines. He's really a living legend. It's mid-60s. Yeah, he played against Fischer. He knew Fischer very well, for example. And he has played against them all. Karpov many times and so on. He was one of maybe the first Asian grandmaster, one of the first for sure.
Check.
If you want to call the Philippines Asia, okay, that's probably debatable. Yeah, anyway, so yeah, he's got a fantastic tournament. I mean, really amazing performance. 2,800 at the moment, and he's got on 9 out of he's got 9 out of 10. Fantastic result. Okay, so here c4 is hanging, but let's see. If I take, well, yeah, c4. c4 is hanging. This is not good. Let's see. Yeah, there's also a guy who's got 100% score, yeah, from Mexico. No, the Benko repertoire that I'm working on will not be published on Chess 24 or the ICC or something like that. Will be a different platform, but I will announce it when it's ready. So he can take now on d3 and play rook d8. I play bishop d5 then. I'm not sure about this. It doesn't look all that great. Or maybe, or actually, if he takes it, queen takes rook d8, I can just move the queen. There's no big issue there. Yeah, Iran, the Iranians have lots of strong talents. Yeah, some really strong junior players. I think Iran is yeah, forced to be reckoned with in chess. Okay, I'm going to take that. E4 pawn just looks very weak here. So oh, Terkapak says that he had me as a chess teacher for a while. I don't know who you are. Okay, but you said it was successful. I don't know this handle. Okay, so let's see what happens here. So bishop c3. He might just take on c4, right? I can also pile up like rook b6 here. Maybe do that. Ah, okay. Hi, Matthias. Yeah, knight f3 and c4 are, of course, very related. Yeah, there are many possible transpositions and things like that. It's c4 is in some way more flexible in regards to some systems. For example, against the King's Indian, you have more choice. On the other hand, of course, knight f3 prevents e5, which is kind of important. Okay, I'm grabbing here. Ah, I can take and play rook a2. Did I just blunder? Almost. And that doesn't look so great. Yeah, that wasn't what I wanted. That much is clear. Yeah, it's annoying here. Very annoying. And bishop e2 maybe even. What a weird stuff. Okay, bishop e2, I've got bishop b3 check. So, okay, so I can check him here.
Check.
It shouldn't be all that bad. Yeah? b2 hangs.
Black resigns.
Weird game. Huh? Really weird game. Okie dokie. The Benko repertoire, when is going to be released? Not so much time, I think.
Game
maybe
started.
like 2 to 3 weeks or something, not more. I will see. No, it's not going to be a video. Okay, I'm playing this guy here. Wow, I have a totally disastrous score against him. And I don't know this opening. Karamazov. Wow, I have no score. I mean, like, no score. You cannot even say it is bad. It's just not existent. So, what's going on here? I think this kind of move, maybe. against the pure Catalan with black. Yeah, I mean my repertoire there with the Nimzo Bogo, it has had a Bogo-Indian approach, and this is very much playable. So c4 was my idea. I don't know if it is any good. Bishop d3 I will take. So very, very weird position. I really don't know this. Don't know this opening at all. Yeah, queen b6 instead of knight e4 is a main line. Yeah. No, there are no signed copies of my book available anymore. It's just that okay, b4. I don't know. b4. That's a5. Okay. No, I've run out of copies simply. Wow, that's not my kind of position, I have to say. It's something where I don't find moves easily. Okay, this is the first thing. I wanted to take on b2 against this, which is of course just blundering the bloody knight here. And f5 looks completely crazy. I can just go back and b2 hangs and c4 hangs, but is it good? Let's do it. I don't know the selling numbers, sales numbers for my book, because because the publisher never bothers to answer any emails, so they just ignore that I want to know how much it was sold. So this is pretty awful. So I have no idea how many copies were sold. I've sold a couple of those signed copies myself, but it's just that the demand is very low. I get the odd question about it, but it's just that it isn't worth it for me to order more of those copies. It's also a pain because the distributor in the UK, yeah, I don't know. Those people feel like they shouldn't work but get money for it. This is kind of happening somehow with publishing, it seems. They don't do anything and still, yeah, whatever. Let's not go there. Knight b6 I want to play. Yeah, where are the brothers? Where are his brothers? It's a good that's a good one. Nikolai Noritsin, I don't know. Yes, this is a move that I was thinking of briefly. It looks a little bit strange, but it might be a good one. Rook c8. Then he will double there. It's a bit weird. I cannot take on c4. Why is what? Okay, d4, knight f6, knight f3, e6, g3. Yeah, then you can go b5, which is good. Okay, threatening rook c8 now, trapping the queen. Isn't this kind of dangerous? Or are you saying that you are a genius and b4 is working or something? Might be. I'm threatening rook fc8, winning the queen. I mean, if you mail me the book, I will sign it and send it back. Okay, that I can do, of course. It's not a hassle or anything. So here. So okay, he's gotten the b5 square here. Knight c7. Knight to c7 to b5. And on e5 I can take d5 probably. Yeah. Okay, still putting some pressure here. But I can take here for knight b4. Nice. a4 is hanging actually.
White resigns.
I mean, anyway, the position is winning and he has got no time whatsoever. So, okay, that was a good one. Especially considering that I have no score against this guy. Like -7 or something. Okay, so I'm going to go for a new game. Just, yeah, so I think I've gone into plus mode now, +2. Yeah, the main line against the Catalan is a little bit... It's very, very solid, and black is probably not going to lose all that often. If you have this all very well prepared, but one thing is you're not going to win all that often either. Yeah, this was a tough game here. This opening is really very, very weird.
Game started.
Okay, I'm sticking with my c4 stuff. I'm scoring so well with it. It's would be completely bonkers to not do it. Okay, do we have the... Can play... Okay, this is also an option, of course. Can go for the Grand Prix. Yeah, I will cover that. George is asking what do I cover against in that Benko repertoire against d4, knight f6, c4, c5, knight f3. I will cover cd4, knight d4 and this stuff. Yeah, I think it's a good choice. Can I go d4 here? I don't have to. I can also play other stuff. Okay, rook b1 or something. This is a complete d4 repertoire. Against d4, based on the Benko with all the sidelines. The important thing here is not to castle, as h5 is really dangerous here. Yeah, the Carlsen played the Scandinavian again against Caruana, but this time he played it with queen to d6, not queen to d8, as he did in the Olympiad before that. I think it was in the Tromsø Olympiad. Yeah, this is looking a bit strange. White is playing so many pawn moves, but it's probably still quite good. I don't see a big idea here for black. Especially, I mean, okay, I cannot castle at the moment. This is somewhat irritating. The Ginger GM is at 2,600 at chess.com. Yeah, well, I'm not playing on chess.com, so I don't really care. And I think 2,600 isn't all that great actually on that server. They barely have any good players on there. So what to do here? It's kind of interesting. Knight b5 maybe. I'm not sure if this is really netting me much. It's unclear to me. Bishop b6 probably. Yeah, that isn't all that great, I have to say. It isn't all that great. Actually, c4 is almost hanging. The good thing is smashing lad is playing actually slower than I am, or that I do. Okay, so I can actually castle. I do that. Or does he play something cool now? No. Bishop a3 would actually threaten knight d6. Maybe. Yeah, he didn't react to that. Isn't that a move here? b6 is hanging. Let's do it. It is a 2-liter bottle, yeah. They had a very, very low price at the supermarket. The drawback is that it's rather difficult to handle, but you have some exercise, yeah, well, you know. Yeah, I think he overlooked knight d6 here. So here, yeah, I mean, he's still not threatening to take it. So c5. d3 is very weak, is the thing. It's a bit difficult, yeah, to move this piece. Can do this maybe. If he takes it, I can take with the pawn actually. That looks very strange, to be perfectly honest. But well, it keeps the pawn, and this is worth something. It's worth exactly a pawn. Oh, this one. Okay. That I didn't think about at all. Okay, I'll take it. So what's this? Now the knight doesn't have any square. It's just slightly weird. Knight has absolutely no squares. Absolutely no squares. Queen d2 for rook c1 maybe. Now let's have bishop b4. He will go b6. But I can go rook c1 here, right? I'm covering this square. I should win this piece here, right? How do I play this? I don't want to give him d3 actually. But okay, actually it doesn't really matter. Let's see that queens get traded. I will win d6 here.
Time warning. Black resigns.
Yeah, okay, so I got a good run in actually at the end. I'm there with almost the rating that I started with. Okay, so at the end I got 2,474, so 2 points lower than I started with. I think I'm going for one more. I have a good run here, so maybe if I can get a win in. No, I don't prepare for a session like that. Absolutely not. Usually I have a couple of hours of lessons before that, so I'm usually not at all well prepared. It's sometimes a problem. Sometimes I'm really kind of quite tired, but feeling okay at the moment. And I think did you overlook bishop b7, knight b7 in this game? I'm not sure. Where exactly? Yeah, here, I mean, I can take on b7, but d3 is hanging. It's really, d3 is hanging here. This is why I went for this strange operation. No, there are no good books on the Ruy Lopez Chigorin, absolutely not. This is actually some kind of, what do you say? This is really a gap in the market or something like that. There should be something about it. I actually thought about doing something, about that, but you have so many e4, e5 books nowadays, and given the choice, people probably want to play the Breyer. I also wouldn't cover that line that I'm playing all the time in the Chigorin. The last time the Chigorin has been covered was in Michael Marin's book, but it's been a couple of years old, and the lines are, I mean, this is what I play there. This is super closed line, and this is not very attractive. Yeah, I'm requesting a new game, but it is kind of slowish.
Game started.
All guns blazing. Okay. Let's see how he blazes against the Benko. Yeah, not all that much blazing here. He just blundered the pawn. Yeah, probably Bologan's book for the Rui.
Check.
But there are a couple of good books.
Check.
There is also that book by Nikos Nitirlis. I'm probably mispronouncing that. The Greek Analyst for Quality Chess is also a very good book, covering actually the whole E4 E5 stuff. So the problem with this is it is not all that great for him, but he still has a quite serious initiative here for the material. So bishop a6, bishop b2, that could be quite dangerous. This all happened in a game. This all happened in a game between Carlsen and Gelfand in a blitz game or rapid game. And, oh, actually, I just saw something. Bishop b2, queen a2, queen h6, f6, bishop g6. Oh my god. This is not looking good. That's pretty awful, actually. Queen a2, queen... No, he cannot go queen h6. I can take it. So... he can probably play rook a1. Okay, so queen to d5, queen h6, like f6, I probably get killed. So I have to go here, I guess. He can go rook a3. Rook a3, queen to b4. Oh my god. This is what you get if you don't play a solid opening. You get some crazy stuff. It's probably maybe it's good for black, but it's very tough to play. Something bad will happen. Yeah, maybe. It's possible that he has stuff like just drop the bishop back or something, bishop b1, and then just attack. It's definitely possible. This move, okay. But here, I can if I take here, then he takes my rook, okay. Bishop a6, rook a8. I wonder if I should play something like f6 here. I like a no, bishop c3. No, bishop c3. Queen c4, queen h6. Wow. I don't have enough time to figure that out completely. It's just not working. Yeah, queen b7. There was maybe queen b7 also. I want to play queen c2 here. Queen c2 to b1 to make sure I'm getting rid of the queen. I'm not sure that I manage, but that's the idea. It's difficult for him now to avoid the queen trade. I think he has to cover the bishop as well. If he moves the queen, let's say to a1, I just wonder if I should just go for the trade. He has d6 at the end. This is still kind of funky. I wonder if I should just play d6. Maybe. Okay, d6 is the thing. Could be the issue here. If I get in d6, I'm very okay, I think. I mean, very okay, probably winning. But I don't think this quite adds up for him. No, I should win this now. I think. It's a little bit awkward. But d5 is very weak, so knight b6 is coming up. Knight b6, knight c3.
Time warning.
It's a couple of pawns. And I've caught up on the clock. So how do I actually win this? Let's go here. Probably invade. Okay, this is a threat. With d5 hangs, huh?
Check.
Rook d3 is the key here, I think, to win the pawn. Going to win it with knight d5 or bishop e4 stuff.
Check.
A little bit behind on the clock, but not much. Rook e7. I overlooked rook e7. No, I'm not blundering
Check.
this rook. Don't tell me that. Oh my god. After this joke of a game where he's lost on move 8 or something. Oh my god. I'm going to play this on time mercilessly.
Check. Check. Check.
After this crap.
Check. 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 Black forfeits on time.
Oh my god. Oh. Blundering the rook in one move. That's just terrible. After this joke of a game. And I'm actually happy how I defended this stuff. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, it actually was ahead on the clock. I mean, I just was very comfortable. Yeah, this by now I was kind of shaken because he had this, which he didn't play. And I can just do whatever. I mean, you can really do whatever. Okay. So guys, this is the end of the session. Considering this game, I probably should have stopped like 12 minutes ago. But what can you do? Not much. I hope you had fun watching it, and I'll be back next week, Monday, same time, I guess. I hope you all have a good week, and make sure to join again in almost exactly 1 week. Bye bye.